Next, the Clippers taking on the Hawks. For Los Angeles, there's no easy opponent. Sitting fourth in the West. A great chance to win each and every time they play. Hawks, Clippers, the NBA on 2K Sports. Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Kawhi Leonard.
And suddenly, his feel for the three-point shot has left him. It's been a tough go the past 5 games. The percentage from long range, not close to what it was earlier, but he's not going to give up on it, and he'll try to get it going here tonight.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Atlanta Hawks. The wing pairing is Bogdanović and Hunter. Clint Capella is out there with Johnson, and it's Murray in at the 1. And for the Clippers, man in at shooting guard with George at small forward. Down in the block, it'll be Kawhi next to Zubac, and it's Harden in at the point guard position. And for those teams, Greg, already out of the playoff picture, what are they focused on at this point?
Next season? I mean, look, the reality is a number of these guys are playing for their job. And in the offseason, you want to be remembered for closing out strong.
Here's man. Leonard on the wing. Shoots over Johnson. And Leonard gets it to go.
A bruising bucket down low. Kawhi's not going to flinch because of a little contact.
Passes it to Murray. There's the triple. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanović.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Harden against Murray. Here's Leonard. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Kawhi Leonard is a Finals MVP, in large part due to that mid-range shot. He is automatic from that area.
Capella sets a screen for Bogdanović. And Murray now top of the key. Tips it up, and it's put back up and in by Capella.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Zubac a screen on Murray. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks. And Smitty, here we have Atlanta consistently knocking on the door in a crowded Eastern Conference.
You know, Kevin, they have added talent. Unfortunately, so has the rest of the conference. But Atlanta's still young, and they have room to grow.
Now here's Murray. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The muscle Capella brings packs a punch, especially when he's hitting the offensive glass.
Harden scanning the floor. Six to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And it's Leonard missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Bogdanović sets the pick for Murray. Now the pass to Capella. Driving to the basket. Hunter kicks to Johnson. The Hawks working the ball around. Murray for 3. Again, the miss by Murray.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Pass to Zubac. Back to Harden. The shot by George, wide open. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And it's all knotted up.
PG-13 showing shades of his younger self with that quick shot.
Murray, the pass to Capella. Dishes to Hunter. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It's going to be on James Harden. And the Clippers, one of the more efficient three-point shooting teams, Greg, in the NBA.
And Kevin, really over the last decade, that's been one of their most consistent traits. And it's not just because of talent. They're smart about the shots they take.
The free throw drops for Hunter.
The future of DeAndre Hunter is bright. A versatile player who wants to be great, in my opinion.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Powell's checked in, and the Hawks making a change here as well. Bays checked in for DeJounte Murray. And both free throws good for Hunter.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Leonard kicks to Zubats. Leonard on the wing. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his fourth rebound in this one. From 8, Johnson puts it in.
Quality pass from Saddiq Bey, recognizing the overcommitment and making the D pay for it.
Harden against Bogdanovic. Pass to Leonard. Bey pulls it in.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
1:03 left in the first. Here's Hunter. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
You know, sometimes you don't play up to your full potential. The important thing to figure out is what went wrong.
And the passing ability of James Harden, elite.
Harden against Bogdanovic. Bey wide open, and he fired. And the dunk by Capella.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Inside, Johnson dishes to Hunter. Jacks up a three. No good there. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Hawks lead by 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter.
13.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. We've got Matthews. Saddiq Bey is out there with Griffin. Then there's Murray. And it's Fernando in at the 5, patrolling the paint.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
And load management, a term, Greg, that's been associated with the Clippers.
And Kawhi rightfully managing his return from ACL injury with care. It's harder to build chemistry when guys are out, but it's all about staying healthy for the postseason.
And here is Murray after Paul George getting his 3 to go. And that one, good. Murray's got 5.
Given Murray's slight frame, you think physical defense would bother him more. It doesn't.
Powell against Matthews. Here's Highland. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Well, the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Passes it to Fernando. The pass to Bey. Hawks passing it around. Murray misses off the right iron.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
And he's able to get it back. The shot's good from Plumlee. Here is Matthews. Still scoreless. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Well, DeJounte Murray grew up in South Seattle. He said a lot of stuff goes on. It was rough. But NBA veteran and fellow Rainier Beach graduate Jamal Murray tried to help him. Murray says he always stayed positive with me and my family. He'd say that kid has a chance. And every summer we played pickup. I knew I could be okay if I stayed working. Kevin?
And he did. DA, thanks so much for the report. Now here's Murray. 23 points for him the last game against New Orleans.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
Here's George after Wesley Matthews score. Pass to Tucker. Three-pointer. And it's Griffin with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 5. Pass to Matthews. Now here's Murray. He has 5. There's a good screen. Misses the 3. LA's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter.
2 minutes remaining.
Island finds George.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
We've got 1:55 left to play here in the second quarter. And again, no good by the Clippers. And it's Bey with the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. And their road trip is only getting started as that's the second of 6 for them. Griffin's shot is off. Clippers trail by 5. To the paint. Here's Highland. Off on the layup.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
And it's nice to have a guy like Highland out there so good at creating his own shot if he has to.
Bones is aggressive and accurate off the bounce. He's got tremendous speed with the ball in his hands, and he loves to play one-on-one.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Clippers with a whole new lineup now. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Bruno Fernando. Johnson comes in for Sadiq Bey. DeAndre Hunter, he's checked in for Griffin. And it's Bogdanovich in for Wesley Matthews. We've got 1:13 left here in the second. Since moving to Atlanta in 1968, Greg, the Hawks have never been to the NBA Finals.
That is insane, Kevin. I mean, you think back to all the great players they've had, from Dominique Wilkins to now Trae Young. Hawks fans are hungry for a trip to the finals.
And here is Murray. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Here's Hunter, got a piece of it, and he gets it back. Capella finds Johnson. Johnson sends the screen for Bogdanovich. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Leonard, the pass to man. Offline with his three. Atlanta leading by 4. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Johnson. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Drains it from beyond the arc. Murray's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Here's Mann. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And that three makes things just a little more interesting here as we head to halftime. They are not going away.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hawks ahead. They're up by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. With Quinn Snyder. Coach, great offense in the first half. What made it possible?
I think we're executing pretty well. Moving them around a little bit with some fakes. And guys are just playing aggressive as much as anything. But if we get a few more stops.
It's been good so far, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great
Hey folks, welcome. The Atlanta Hawks find themselves here in a close one at the half.
Well, for them, it's been about extending possessions, cashing in on second chance opportunities. It's clear that that was the focus coming into this game.
Stop it, Kenny. It's easy when no one blocks you out. Jeez.
True.
All right, and now let's talk about that point guard duel we've seen so far in the first half.
Two really talented guys, I'm telling you. They're both so smart. They anticipate really well. That's how they make it look so easy.
And it's a test of their endurance heading into the second half. Can they both keep up this pace? Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been quite a game for DeJounte Murray.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for Atlanta. They lead by 4. George and Leonard are the forwards. Then it's Harden. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Mann in at the shooting guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. The offensive rebound. Outside for Murray. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Murray's got 11 points.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category. And one of the great rebounders in this league, Clint Capella, plays that role as well as anyone.
Greg, on a per-minute basis, few players are better. Sharp anticipation, works at it, and many of his points come from the offensive glass.
And here is Murray. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Misses the target. That drops him to 40% now. 4 of 10. Feeds it to George. That falls. Nice feed that time from Leonard. 8 points for him.
Aggressive move by Paul George in the paint. He wanted that one bad.
Murray surveying the D. Good D by Harden.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Clippers have their sights set high. Coach Tyronn Lue says this is definitely a championship team, and it's not going to just come. We've got to put the work in. There's got to be a lot of sacrifices. If we come together and do the right things, we definitely have a chance. Kevin, back to you.
And David, he's a big reason why. Thanks so much. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
And that one misses. Hey, Smitty, when we take a look at the center position, what stands out to you most in terms of what's changed about that position over time?
Well, the center position right now is like a guard position. Most of these guys can initiate offense, they can shoot the three, and they can get it off the glass and bring it up and create offense with the dribble.
And he's good on the second.
Injuries have hampered Paul George over the last few years, but when he's healthy, he's elite.
Greg, he's still a go-to option offensively, who can guard the league's top wings. And as he's aged, he's really embraced a leadership role.
Here's Johnson, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Good ball handler and passer. Bogdanovich is very effective in the pick and roll.
Zubac with the screen for George. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. George has got 12 in the game.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
To the inside, and it's Murray with the jam.
And DeJounte is not holding back tonight. He is calling his own number.
Now Harden, he has 6. And here's Leonard from 3.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Bogdanovich inside. Second shot opportunity. And the rejection by Leonard.
Swallowing up shots like none other. Leonard stout on the defensive end.
And George gets it to go.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
1:57 left in the third quarter. And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
You have to make it harder for him to score. Deny the ball, even double, whatever it takes to force someone else to beat you.
Powell, he's checked in for Terrence Mann. And a change for the Hawks. He's checked in. Johnson dishes to Capella. To the middle. And the dunk by Capella.
What a pass by Bogdanovich, sending it straight to the wide open man.
George against Hunter. And George kicks to Zubac. Harden with a screen on Bay. Powell in the high post, working on Bay. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, George. Johnson with the rebound. That has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And Smitty, we know when it comes to the Clippers, they seem to go as Kawhi Leonard goes.
No doubt, Kevin. The only year they didn't make the playoffs with him, he was hurt. But when he's healthy, they are dangerous.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Plumlee is checked in for Zubac. Amir Coffey comes in for George. And Bones Island subbed in for James Harden. Atlanta also making some changes here. Bruno Fernando's checked in for Clint Capella. A.J. Griffin comes in for Hunter. And it's Matthews in for Johnson. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 2. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. Now here's Powell, still without a basket. Shoots over Matthews, and too long on the shot. Hawks have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Cranes the three-pointer.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Los Angeles has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. A 3 from Leonard. Rebound by the Hawks.
You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
Bay finds Bogdanovich. The 3. Plumlee with the rebound. Powell for 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Hawks lead by 5. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for Atlanta, we've got Matthews. Murray out there with Matthews. Then it's Saddiq Bey. And it's Fernando in its center. Now, here is George. Back to Plumlee. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
I just love how they're taking advantage of their chances to run, and they're pushing it. Fast break points can win you ball games.
And we also got to highlight how lackluster the opposition has been in terms of boxing out. This team is flat out bullying them on the offensive glass.
Clippers trail by 3. Outside for George. Can't tie it up as that one misses. The Hawks shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Bey passes to Forrest. And here's Bey. The dish now to Murray. Over Plumlee. Murray, no good. LA's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And stolen by Murray. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Stolen by Tucker. Here's Coffey. Down low. Powell. Bucket is good.
Keeping his balance on the difficult take. Norman Powell is gifted at finishing through physical contact.
Murray against George. Fires from deep. The Hawks again can't hit. The Clippers trail. Tucker with the ball to take the lead. The shot, no good.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Paul George with the steal. Makes it off the glass. George has got 10 points here in the second half. And an important part of every team's game. We'll look at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Their defense, it's their defense. It has been downright incredible so far. Being disruptive and coming up with steals left and right.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Plumlee. Leonard comes in for P.J. Tucker. Mann's checked in for Amir Coffey. And it's James Harden in for Powell. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He told the players, you guys are too talented to be playing this lackadaisical. Push the ball up the floor, get out on the break, and get to the fast break. Guys, we'll see if they can get it done.
Thank you, David. Now Murray. Paul George missing from long range. Now here's Murray. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on George.
Can't be too physical with Murray inside because he knows how to draw fouls.
DeJounte Murray, 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And so Murray nails both of them.
Tight ball game. Who do you want at the charity stripe? This guy.
Harden against Murray. Passes to Leonard. Johnson with the rebound. The Hawks leading. Bogdanovich up top. Hunter the pass to Capella. Hawks passing it around. And here's Johnson outside. Outside for Murray. And the rejection by Zubac.
Great awareness on defense there. Zubac relishes blocking the shots.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Clock at 4. Goes back up, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Hawks shooting around 40% from the floor here. And the pass to Hunter. Deflects the pass. Here's Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Who better to handle this situation than Kawhi Leonard, a guy who has proven himself in clutch moments.
He drops the first one, and that ties the game up. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
Cool under pressure. Terrific job nailing those 2 free throws there.
Murray down low, guarded by Harden. Bogdanovich passes to Capella. Yes! 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 1. 52 seconds left in the game. Harden finds George. Back to Harden. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Now here's Murray. Stolen by George. That shot off. Murray with the defensive effort. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
When they go to the intentional foul.
James Harden. Second personal foul.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
And this is a part of Murray's game that he has really improved upon, and he's going to have to be elite from the line.
Here's Mann. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Count it!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Atlanta calls timeout. Harden against Murray. Oh, it's off the mark, and we're going to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one.
Here we go.
The wing pairing is Bogdanovich and Hunter. Johnson is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Murray in a point guard. Johnson, and Johnson is right there. Johnson's got the first points here in the overtime period for the Hawks.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
Zubac's a screen on Murray. Pass to Leonard. And yes, it's good. Leonard's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Murray against Harden. Murray, the pass to Capella. Murray sets a screen for Capella. 5 on the clock. Hunter. Almost, but it rolls out.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate. Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Murray against Harden. Let's go. Murray, no good. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
Now, here is George. Right through the D for the layup. And now a 4-point Clipper lead.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Harden against Murray. A 3. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Low percentage shot from long range. Terrible decision, especially when you still have a chance to win this.
Pass to man. Harden left side. Beyond the arc. That shot is off.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
Zubac, the best of man. Green by Zubac. It's in!
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're behind by 4. 27 seconds left in the first overtime. Bogdanovich dishes to Murray. Inside. Count it!
What a big shot by Capella, using that playoff experience. Such a reliable guy.
And they commit an intentional foul. See another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Here's Harden. And that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
You know Harden always looks confident at the line, even in a clutch situation. And no secret here, guys. They've got to get a 3 if we're going to get yet another overtime.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
Fires away from outside. Misses there. So the Clippers with the win. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Kawhi, how satisfied are you with your team's performance tonight in this win?
We did a great job tonight. You know, we got to come in every game with the defensive hat on first, and we did that tonight. We made shots, and we ended up winning the game.
You took it to them when it mattered, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us. And now our New Balance player of the game, Paul George.